came out today to do this video. This is the shawl that I wove on my room the other day. Houndstooth check. I'll get up real close to the camera and you can see the houndstooth check. I'm in the process now of weaving a shawl entirely of this check. That was the one thing I wanted to talk about. Second thing, it's D-Day. It's June the 6th, 2021, but on June the 6th, 1944, is D-Day, and that was the day that my dad was in the 2nd Army Infantry, and he landed on Normandy Beach on this day. He was the second wave of people that, he was a foot soldier, and, they bring those things close to the water. They drop the thing of the boat, and they just all run out. Well, the first group of people that landed and ran out, most of those were pretty much annihilated. And then, Daddy was the second group that landed. He was in the 2nd Infantry. And so, I don't have to describe what he saw. And and I didn't even know it was that day because Terry said, "Oh, Daddy, it's D-Day." I go, "Oh, okay." So the third thing I have to talk about, another thing about the D-Day thing is on Netflix now. They have a movie that just has come on in about 2 weeks, and it's called Company of Heroes. And it deals with the Battle of the Bulge at the Arnaz Forest, and that's the second company. The company that Daddy was in, and it deals with that. And he was, fought in that battle in the forest. And it says it starts about the 16th of December, something like that, the 14th of December. And they send a small group, a company of the 2nd Infantry into the forest, thinking that, not much is going on there. So I guess my dad was in that company. And so it deals with that. But it starts on December the 16th. My dad was wounded in a foxhole. On December the 24th, and he was captured. So, but then it goes on to say, it doesn't say anything about that, but it goes on to follow the 2nd Infantry on a mission. They had this secret mission that they were doing, and no one was supposed to tell anybody about that. And so it's interesting, especially if it's historically true, and I guess it is. And so I would encourage everyone to watch that, Company of Heroes. And the next thing, it's okay. I don't care. It's okay. Don't you like me? It's okay. Everything is good. And after that, the next thing, what I want, really, the main part of this, besides that and the other, was that uh, after this video, I'm going to splice it together with another video, which is about a snake. And, uh, I've been having trouble with snakes, and I thought, well, I was going to capture one, take it off. About 2 days ago, I saw the snake. It was the big snake. It was very big around. Uh, it was about 5 feet long. It was curled up about 5 foot from my front door, and there were 2 lumps inside of the snake, so it looks like it had eaten something. And I kind of panicked. I looked for my bucket real quick to find a bucket that I was going to put the snake in, take it away. I actually could have done that, but I just panicked. I couldn't find the bucket. I didn't want the snake to move away. So what I did was I ended up coming out of my house with a cinder block. And I carefully walked around to where I knew the snake was at, and I just tossed the cinder block onto the snake. And the snake could not move because it was trapped. The cinder block was about 10 pounds, and the snake could not get moved out of the cinder block because it was underneath of it, parts of it was. And then I got an axe and I just smashed its head in. It's like, my ancient brain must have just took over, and it's like I panicked. There was nothing else I could do. I needed to get rid of that snake. It could not be around here, and if I couldn't take it off, so I killed it. It's been a long time since I killed a snake. The last time I killed a snake, I regretted killing the snake, thinking I'm not going to kill snakes, I'm going to take them off. But I just panicked this time, and so we'll see that video. There's another snake in the pond now. It's just about 12 inches long. I'm not going to kill that snake because it's too small. But I still want to catch it and release it somewhere else. And I have plenty of time to do that because that snake will take, a couple of years probably to get 5 feet long. So anyway, that's it. But yeah, the video about, if you get Netflix and if you watch Company of Heroes, it deals with the 2nd Infantry, which my dad was in, and that battle in Arnez Woods, where they had sent part of the 2nd Company in there. A lot of people stayed back, but he was part of the group that they sent into the forest. And it's very interesting because he talked about like mortar shells going off, and you could see the Germans with their mortars and the Americans getting into the foxholes. And my dad talked about, he was in a foxhole when a mortar went off inside the foxhole, and it killed 2 people, two other soldiers that he was in there with, but it didn't kill him, it injured him. But he said he couldn't recognize the soldiers after the mortar went off. And and he was captured. So that's that. But it is a good movie, and I've never seen a World War II movie about the Battle of Bulge, and that has mentioned the 2nd Infantry. They mentioned the other ones, but they didn't ever talk about the 2nd Infantry. And I thought, well, why don't they ever talk about the 2nd Infantry? But the second infantry, if the documentary movie slash documentary is correct, then it was a highly secret mission that the second infantry was on. So the more I find out about my dad, the prouder I am of him.